you could see you got all these youth that are involved, all these, or all this whole organization. He gets all this opportunity for young people to get involved, to understand government, to understand politics, advocates for people to get involved. And he's always been there. He's always been there for me. He's always been there for the people lined up on the wall here. So many elected leaders have turned to Arun over the last 10, 15 years to help them. It's time for us to step up and help Arun. I'm very excited to be here. I was very excited when he said he was considering running for school board. I said, let's do that, absolutely. I'll throw my money at you. I'll throw my energy at you. We'll knock on doors. And he's been doing that. He's been knocking on doors. He's been working really, really hard. And we need to come out for him, make him more successful. Campaigns cost a lot of money. I'm not going to bury the lead. I'm going to let Storm finish with that aspect. I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited that Arun decided to run. I cannot wait to see what he does after he wins this election for our community. Thank you for running. Thank you for being here, everybody. Let's give Arun a hand.
Thank you so much, Jared. I served with Jared actually in the House, and now I'm in the Senate, and it's so good to see you here. State Senator Vandana Slater, and I represent Bellevue, Redmond, Kirkland. And I just want to say, I didn't even know you 2 years ago, I don't think. You know, we met almost 2 years ago. But so when I walked into your house, I walked in with someone who is from Redmond. I'm coming from Bellevue. And we went through traffic to be here for you because we care about you and we want you to win, and we believe that you are a great voice for your community. And then when I walked in, you were standing by the food table and you were serving people food and you were getting people drinks and you were helping people feel welcome. That's who you are. We're really lucky to have that in any community. And I just want to, comment on how powerful that is, because a school board member, it's not an easy job. Like if I had to run for something, I'm not sure I would pick the school board. It is a very emotional place. These are our children. This is their path to prosperity. This is about college. People disagree quite vehemently. And it's not easy to take on a task like that. So having somebody who is engaged in community, who is not afraid to speak up, who can understand the path for people, who is an immigrant. I'm an immigrant as well. I'm also a healthcare professional, and I'm also a scientist. So you have a community leader who is an engineer, who thinks analytically, who is willing to serve, and who is also bringing people voices that are not normally seen in a school board meeting, but are people who contribute and enrich our economy and our community. And so when you need a representative like that, and you have that in one person, who's also a servant leader, really lucky to have that in this community. And I would just say one more thing, in terms of what you've also heard, his ability to actually get things done, right? Because there is a lot of frustration and sometimes mistrust of government on different sides, even politically, right? And how are we going to get things to happen? Because people are worried about how are their students going to get through school, how are they going to get to college, how is government going to play a role in that? And having a trusted voice to be able to deliver that, but also share and bridge gaps of information and knowledge to community is really powerful. And you can do that, Arun, because I've seen you do that. So if he says he's going to do something, he's absolutely going to do something. So I encourage you to support Arun. It's an honor to be here to support you.
Thank you. It's my first time. I've done a whole bunch of speeches for my community, but first time speech for myself. First of all, are they looking beautiful, handsome out there? They are our backbone, not only for our community, but also for our organization. No work gets done if they are not here. We are having another India Utsav Mela, India celebration event on August 9th in Marymore. All the work has been organized by these and some more who are not here. So they deserve a big, big applause here. And before I also talk, there are a few other candidates here, and they may stand up. I know Holly. She is running for school board for another position. I saw Ranga. Yeah, he is running for a state rep position. And I saw somebody coming up, Menka. She is standing for Redmond Council. Thank you for coming. I also saw Rami here. Thank you. For Bothell. Any other candidates that I missed? Oh, no, you're already there. You're already done. All right.
You are a winner, Vandana.
Vandana.
Well, I know Arun, that's why.
Vandana Slater is running for state senate. That's forgiven. I'm not even worried about that. So, I don't know what to say and how to say it, but I really appreciate all of you to be here to support from all over the state, right? They're not all local. So I really appreciate that. Why I did this? I always said never, I'm not going to be standing for election. And anybody knows that it was never, unless one person made me click the button as to somebody's to blame is standing right over here. There's a story behind it. Because I never stood for elections. And there was a lot of talk about we have around 40% people of color in our school district. And they need a perspective. They need a voice. Right? And I have been saying in some of events कि I'll speak in Hindi a little bit कि हमें भी दिखाना है कि हम यहाँ पे हैं, right? हमारी भी आवाज़ है और हम अपनी आवाज़ को उठाते नहीं हैं. तो I like to raise a voice for a community. So I had done a lot of C3 work, then we created a C4 to do advocacy. And when I was being told that, hey, you need to stand up and bring the perspective, I was saying that I know you guys. I have a voice. I can reach out to you. But then a very sane voice, somebody standing here said, but you still have to come and knock at my door to be allowed in and wait for me to do the action for you. Why don't you get to a point that you take the action yourself and not have to wait for others to do it on your behalf? That turned my light, like the light bulb, the tube light. Then 10 minutes before the deadline, I said, okay, I'll do it. I had no understanding. What will it take? I was thinking it's going to be easy, but no, it's not. But jokes aside, we have around 40% students of color, 24% of South Asian origin. Voters of our South Asian, only 4%. Others are H1 or green cards and others. So the 4% people carry the responsibility, the burden for all the 40% or the 24% South Asians. But the voting percentage of our community who says हमें politics से दूर रखो, मेरे को जरूरत पड़े तो मेरी help कर दो, पर politics से मुझे दूर रखो, keep me away from the politics. 10 to 15% is our voting percentage of our South Asians in this, at least in the NST where we did the research. So less than 1%, and they don't vote in one direction, we are no swing. These are here because they care for us and they know that we are good people, but we are not giving that much of a value for them because we are not bringing a force, अपनी आवाज लेके नहीं चल रहे हम. ये जो आपने पोस्ट कार्ड जो साइन कर रहे थे, creating the postcard, signing out to people, is to get a drive of people who say, I don't care. I will vote when there's a glamour. I'll vote for a congressman or women or federal senators because that looks glamorous. But आपके बच्चों को कौन help करेगा? Who's for your kids? County people, the state people, the school boards. We have so much an apathy for voting. So this is my desire was not just to come in and stand and vote, but to build a machine, to build a voice, to say हम Indians हैं, हम यहाँ पे हैं और हमारी आवाज़ को अब दबा नहीं सकते. Would you agree with me? Anybody understand Hindi or doesn't Hindi? I'll repeat it. But do you agree with me? Yes. आवाज़ को तो उठाना ज़रूरी है और हम दबे रह गए हैं. Canada in Canada there are 2% Sikhs. Palwan ji, They have 20% representation in government. Why? Because they're organized. Here, we don't organize, we don't come together. If we have differences, so be it. But come on an umbrella, have some discussions, finally make a choice, or make a decision on who to support, and then support in one direction. Swing it by 4 or 5%. Then everybody will come to us. Hamari awaaz uthegi. So for me, this was not just for a school board, this was just like I did the C3, and then I said C3 is not enough, we need to have particular advocacy, C4, and then I learned we need to have a seat. We need to have a seat at the table or build our own or create our own tables. That's what I'm doing now. And I need your support. है आपकी support? हाथ उठाओ जो believe करता है कि this is the right thing to do, right? So please, 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 this is not just for this election. Now, some of you know and some of you not know, some of my friends here who are data scientists and others, we brought in data. We are doing data science on it. We are doing mining of data. And we have built an application. It's ready now. That will harness our votes, our people. We're doing a whole bunch of sentiment analysis. So we are not only going to, depending on vote builder. We have created an application that is going to create a voice for us. And anybody who is in the field of technology or funding or some others want to build that strength, join us. We are going to build a force. Not just this election, but we're going to build a force. Thank you.
It's pretty good for a first political speech, I'd say. My name's Strom Peterson, and so Arun said I'm a state representative. I represent the kind of a little farther west of here, but I also serve with Jared on the Snohomish County Council. So I've had the pleasure of working with Arun, and I very distinctly remember the first big party and subsequent celebrations down in Olympia, Marymore Park, etc. But there are many things that I think Arun brings to the table. And the first one is this sense of humility. He spent the first 5 minutes of what was a very good speech talking about a lot of other people, including, and this is amazing, and I know that all of us other elected officials are, okay, how do we get this many young people to show up to one of our events and have that kind of enthusiasm? So congratulations on that. And the other thing is, I think everybody that spoke before me used one word, community. And that's what Arun brings. Not only the sense of community of bringing this many people together in the backyard, but really making sure that communities get connected to each other. And that's critical in the work that we do at the county level or the state level, and it's especially critical at school board level. And I think just that sense of community. And the other thing that Arun has done over the years that I've known him is create a sense of partnership. So I know when Vandana, when she was in the House, was chair of the Education Committee, she was always looking for partnerships throughout the community, throughout the state, so we could hear voices. And I know that Derek, when he's down working in Olympia on critical issues around the budget, he's looking for community voices and community partnerships. And I know Jared does the same thing at the county and when he was in the House. We need partnerships to do the work effectively. So to have a partner on the North Shore School Board will be invaluable not only for the school board and for your kids if you're living in this district, but it will be invaluable for us. But to make that happen, and this is why I'm coming up last, it takes money. I think when I started in politics, I was on the Edmond City Council, and it's like 15 years ago. I would say, these yard signs, they're like $4 or $5 a piece. I think they're closer to $10 now. These pieces of mail that are going to go out to thousands and thousands of families to make sure that Arun's message is getting out, and so it's going to, maybe just it's going to sit on their kitchen counter for a little while, but hopefully people will pick it up and read it. These things are expensive. And I'll steal a line from, I was at a different school board, but I think the thing to think about, especially if your kids are going to school here, is what is the value of public school to your child? It's worth a lot of money. When you think about what schools can offer kids, not only a place of learning, but a place of, getting to know each other, a place of discovery, that is worth a lot of money. So think of putting a monetary value on what that means. And if you're old like me, you can write a check. If you're young like these kids who have no idea what a check is, maybe there's probably a website, maybe there's a QR code. But think of what the value of a good education means to your kids, to your family, and to the community. You can put a number on that, and maybe it's going to be above the campaign limits. So don't do that, but you can get to the top of the campaign limits. But that's what I'm going to ask you to do, is to support this idea of partnership, to support this idea of community, to support who will be an outstanding school board member that we can all connect with and know that he will have everybody's voice at the table. So thank you, Arun.
Hi everyone, this is Bharat Kumar here from Seattle Desi TV. We're still here at Arun Sharmaji's School Board National School District campaign. Guess what? We are hearing from the youth themselves why they want you to vote for Arun Sharmaji. Each of them have an inspirational connection with him, and they would like to just share one word of what Arun Sharmaji means for them. I'm just going to pass it on, and we'll hear from them.
A strong leader.
A good listener.
An open-minded person.
An activist. He's driven.
He's supportive.
He's inspirational.
He takes initiative.
He's very dependable.
He's passionate.
He's kind.
He's a mentor.
He's caring.
And he's outgoing.